All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. I am Algo, and thanks for joining me on another, good morning, morning watch list building session. Yes, we know TradingView has got a sale going on. And just get logged into the chat, and we will get going. All right. Hope everybody's weekend was good. Beginning to feel like weekends are too short, especially with the holidays coming up. Man, it's just crazy out there. Let's see, morning chat. All right. So we got that going. We got that going. We got the news up. We got some futures up. We got some things up. Sweet. All right. We're going to do this, though, because futures need their own area. Oh, no, we're going to put them here. There we go. Sweet. Morning chat. All right. I'm checking on Twitter. We're going to read some news, and we're going to get going. So if this is your first time joining me, welcome. I am Algo, and today is Monday, November 22nd, 2021, and it's a short week. So with that being said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, super volatile. No trading on Thursday and shortened trading on Friday. I think the market closes at 1 on Friday. So don't get stuck in a bunch of positions thinking you have time. Either play something quick or maybe look at dip buying for the long term, right? We're getting ready to head into the Santa Claus rally. So, all right. Cardi B being the moment 8 times tonight at the AMAs. Bet you she killed it. Bet you that happened. All right. Morning, Laz. Morning, Terry. All right. Bring your shades, right? Hopefully, y'all can see my screen a little bit better. I know my head is cutting off this lower right chart. What I can do is I can do this. Let's go. I can do that, and then we'll just make this. There we go. Fixed. How's my face doing? This way. That's better. There we go. Sweet. Let's get into it real quick. All right. So as far as news goes, we have a slow earnings week, but we do have earnings this week, right? So we're gonna keep those in mind. Oh, that's a sneak peek. You guys don't need to be seeing that, right? Here we go. Let's just get into it. I've got a lot to cover. Whoa, what happened? I've got a lot to cover. So, Disney putting its own COVID-19 mandate on hold. The decision came after Friday, after Florida governor. What's going on in Florida, lads? Right, your governor over there being crazy signed a new legislation shielding workers from vaccine mandates, while the OSHA basically suspended enforcement of Biden's administration's mandate on private businesses with more than 100 employees. All right, well, they're trying to force people to get vaccinated now, I guess. Cisco shares look cheap, according to Barron's. Supply chain issues royal. What is that? Whatever. The tech sector. No company underscores the issue more than Cisco. Cisco, I think, was on our list this week. Yeah, Cisco is on our list this week, so we're gonna have to check into that. Basically, they're saying the stock fell more than 6% on Thursday after the company reported financial results. But will there be continued near-term noise for Cisco, or should investors hop on board now? Well, I want them to hop on board now. Let's see what's happening pre-market with it, right? It's kind of quiet. All right, well, a little disappointed there. ATVI CEO told senior managers he would consider leaving the company if he can't quickly fix the culture problems at the video game giant. I know they took a hit last week. Oh my gosh. They took a pretty decent hit last week on some earnings. Activation Blizzard. Yeah, that was pretty nasty. I mean, they were up at 72. They're down at 61. $10 hit. Couldn't get above the 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart. Look for a continued fade, but this could be a dip buy. This Slingshot Squeeze right here curls around and becomes yellow and slingshots and releases, then we may see a nice little pop. However, point of control is at 64.25, and I wouldn't trade this sucker until it gets back above that. This is a fire line, I believe. We got a fire line at 66. So potential move above 64 to 66, above 66. Then I think we start seeing those 69.70 moves on Activision, Blizzard, ATVI. The algo for them, I believe, was bullish last week. So potential, yeah, there we go. There's a potential move on ATVI, currently at dark pool support, uptrending. Like I said, it's got to get above some of those previous highs and start going to fill that gap. Algo's curled up. If it can get and make a higher high, I think we might be bullish on ATVI. Okay, I gotta find some place to slap in some notes. Where should I put notes? Right here. All right. Activation Blizzard. Healthcare Bluebird. Bio announced FDA priority review of its gene therapy for patients with who require red blood cell treatment transfusions. OBSV. FDA accepted marketing applications for its drug candidate to manage heavy menstrual bleeding associated with fibroids. So LVGO, is that the one? There was news that came out about another stock. No, what is it? LGVO? Help me out here, Laz. Well, you know what it is. It was off of Josh Answers had it up this week. I can't remember the name of it. LVGO? LNVG? Something like that. All right, we're going to come back to that, because I think it's important to look at. Mining stocks and financials. Mining stocks have gained an average of almost 300% this year as Bitcoin has doubled, far ahead of the Nasdaq's composite's 25% return, according to Barron's. Mara, Riot, and amongst, what's this? XPDI. I've never even heard of them. XPDI. 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 I don't even know what that is, but it seems to be making a pretty good move. So Mara and Riot, I believe Riot and Mara were both named to Barron's. No, Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs came out this weekend and mentioned how Mara and Riot are both on their top 29 stocks that can maintain inflation pressure. Yes, LVGN. That's what I thought too. How come I can't find it? It's what I mean. It's right on the tip of my tongue, right? You know what? I know somebody who has it. Hold on, let me find it. This dude right here. This one right here. Where did it go? Where did he put it? Come on. LGVN. How come it's not showing up? There it is. Longavarian. That's the move right there. That's a ticket. That's the one. Okay. So this biotech stock, after you got FDA approval, early approval, they're basically able to sell their approval to another company. That's the kick it with this one, right? I don't want to misspeak, but they basically... Oh, the news over here sucks, man. All right, so Long Averon, or whatever he gets, FDA's rare pediatric disease designation for its drug, right? What a pediatric disease designation means that the FDA doesn't issue these very often. They're basically saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and issue It's basically temporary approval. So they got a major pop on that into last week. I'm looking for dip buys on this, like down to 7, possibly all the way back down to 3, maybe 4. When this drops back down to that $3 or $4 range, I'm going to get in it for the long term, because this was just the first step. They've got another step coming through, which is the actual approval. If that approval happens, this is just going to rip faces, right? So going to be in on this a little early. So little tips and tricks on that one. I'm interested in Riot this week. Riot's looking pretty decent. It's currently at point of control above the 50, above the 200, barely above that, right? So looking for a breakout on Riot, even 37 to 39. I think this is a good dip buy opportunity. SAC positive moving averages 821.34. The 50's above the 200. Getting ready for a slingshot squeeze to release to the long side. So like I said, if we can get above 36.50, 37.50, 38.50, 39 on Riot. Okay, you heard it here first. Riot. Hold on, I'm taking notes because I realize that if I don't take notes, I'm not able to trade anything. So anyway, Asterspace, ASTR. I can't believe we have not paid attention to this, right? Shares surge 37%. Maybe it's because of penny stock. That's why. This is going to continue to rip faces today. Space Transportation Company successfully completed its first commercial orbital launch of U.S. Space Force. They tested a payload, and they launched from its Kodiak spaceport in Alaska, reaching precise orbit in less than 10 minutes. Aerospace industries, right? I think EV is going to be a huge market. I also think that aerospace is going to be a huge market. So ASTR at 13, right? If you've never played these before, you'll get an initial pop, and you'll either get a drop and lock it, right? Or you'll get a bull flag, continued rally. So these, you have to be super nimble and super quick, right? Don't get your, jack be nimble, jack be quick. So ASTR possibly for longer term investment. After this initial rally, let's see what happens if it comes back down to earth. See what I did there? Yes. Oil prices slid in its 7-week lows as on Friday as China and the U.S. discuss releasing strategic oil reserves to keep energy prices under control, and the resurgence of COVID restrictions in Europe placed global demand recovery into question. Crude settled down at 76, capping the 4th straight week of decline with a 5.8 dropping. Okay, so I don't like when they use weird words like that. Why wouldn't they just say, hey, crude is down? So it was rallying in the last month. It's down this month. Do we see going into next year? So if you remember in 2020, February, March or April of 2020, I think it was February or March. Basically, crude went to negative $35 a barrel, right? They were paying people to store their crude. So we have to keep an eye on the oil market, or we basically have to keep an eye on crude. Okay, Macy's may still be worth buying after shares soared to their highest close this week, and 3 years after the retailer said it's exploring separating its fastest growing digital business from its brick and mortar stores. Macy's. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Macy's. Right? We can look at a potential buy on it. Come on. So it did pull back to the 618. If it looks like it's holding that, if it can hold the 618, we can look to take it from 35 to 40 possibly. If it does break down, we've got the 200 SMA on the 15-minute coming up as support. Cloud support, 821.34.50 support. Let's see if we bounce down to this 200, right? 34.50 support on Macy's. If that maintains, we can look to go long. Below 34.50, then I think we pull back all the way down to like 31.32. So Macy's possible play. GM and Ford could get a boost in EVs from, according to Barron's. The article noted at one point last week, Rivian, RIVN, was worth more was worth as much as Ford and General Motors combined. Maybe there's a way for traditional automakers to close the valuation gap, namely issuing tracking stocks. So this stock is overvalued, extremely overvalued, right? RIVN. I like that it's pulling back. I'm looking at shorting that this week. Let's see, below. Let's just go ahead and say below 119. I'm going to short it down to 118, 118.50, right? This is it's an elongated head and shoulders, left shoulder, giant head, right shoulder, short below point of control, which is where we're at. Negatively stacked moving averages. We have to wait to see what this slingshot and this ready aim fire do. This could propel the stock price back up above the blue 50 and above the red 200. If that happens, I don't think it's coming back down to earth for a while. Okay, so RIVN, keep it on lock, keep it on lock, keep it on watch. See what happens with that this week. RIVN. Okay. Monster said it's exploring a possible deal with Constellation Brands. STZ. Constellation Brands is a major medical marijuana company, right? According to Bloomberg, Monster's 19% owned by Coca-Cola. Potential deal comes after Coke recently agreed to buy sports drink Body Armor, purchasing the remainder of the company it didn't already own. I didn't know that Coke bought Body Armor all the way up. STZ, Constellation Brands, right? I mean, 200, like, if you would have got into this one back at the COVID lows, like, you'd just be like, I'm rolling in it now. Options on this suck pretty bad, but they're getting a nice pre-market bump, 235 to 240. Look for a pullback rally on STZ. Okay, I think we should start looking at some options trades. I think I've got Thinkorswim pulled up. I'm looking for another options quoting platform. I don't want to have to build one, but I will. I will build one. All right, so the 240s this week are super illiquid, meaning that the bid-ask spread is, you could drive a Mack truck through it. The bid 60, the ask is 125 at the 240 strike. 240, it gets a little better at the 245. They're only about 10 cents wide. So, like I said, I don't really dig the options chain on STZ. Yeah, Kobe did make bank off of it, right? All right, where's my mouse? Come on. All right, moving on. World news, tens of thousands marched through Vienna on Saturday after the Austrian government announced nationwide lockdown, while Dutch police opened fire on protesters in Rotterdam, resulting in 7 injured. That's strange. The Dutch are usually pretty chill. Demonstrations also took place in Switzerland, Italy, Croatia, and Northern Ireland. Japan is considering releasing oil reserves in response to the rising crude prices. However, by law, Japan can only release reserves at a time of supply constraint or natural disaster, not to lower price. Interesting. So they're basically like, hey, we need a natural disaster to lower our prices. Is COVID a natural disaster? I don't know. All right, the stream brought to you by Bang, even though they're not supporting me. I'm looking for a new energy drink. I think Laz brought one up the other day. I'm looking for one that doesn't have a bunch of bodybuilding crap in it. All that creatine's not good for your kidneys if you don't move around a lot. Okay, moving on. Earnings calendar after the close today. Zoom, important one. Looking at Zoom, and I think that's it for today. We've got a couple other later this week. I think Futu reports tomorrow. We have one reporting on Friday, so not a big earnings week. So just like I said, it's going to be volatile today and tomorrow. Going into Wednesday, probably get maybe a morning pop, and then it's just going to chop the rest of the day because people are taking off, trying to get to their vacations early, spend time with family and friends. Friday, I wouldn't expect really anything other than chop. So maybe you should take a couple days off this week. Okay. Is it rain? Really? Huh. All right. Well, I used to drink rain, so that peach one's pretty fire. All right. Earned events today, National Activity Index for October, and existing home sales for month-over-month. All right. Oil sales are looking to rebound after plunging last week, while gold edges lower and Bitcoin prices fall around the 57,000 level after a sell-off last week. That's interesting. Most people are moving from gold into Bitcoin. All right. M&A deals announced over the weekend highlight Monday morning news, including a $6 billion purchase of telecom company Vonage by Ericsson. You guys remember Vonage? They were the first IP, voice over IP. Yeah, Ericsson didn't like that news, though. Is Vonage a bad deal? I mean, they liked the news, right? They got a $3 pop, but Ericsson dropped. Yeah, Les, hit me up, text me. Like I said, I need a new energy drink. There's a couple of them out there that I'm interested in. I'm really needing one that's focusing more on brain power. All right, like week of news outside of the roughly 12 S&P companies reporting earnings this week. Like I said, like economic calendar until Wednesday, which is highlighted by minutes to the November Fed meeting. So what a perfect time to start tapering on a week where there's not a lot of, not a lot of action. Makes sense to me. In Asian markets, the Nikkei index rose. I can never pronounce it right. We just call it. All right, rose 28 points. Shanghai gained 21, and Hang Seng declined 98. Ooh, that's a big decline. In Europe, the DAX is up a few points, and the FTSE rises. So Asian markets, European markets, international markets are on the rise this morning. Like I said, we might see an early pop, maybe some continuation early this week, Monday, Tuesday, but it's a holiday week. Don't think that you can, swing a whole bunch of stuff. I personally am not going to. I'm going to try to stay as cash heavy as possible. I'm going to get in. I'm going to get out. I'm going to be Robinhood this week. Okay. I'm not going to be maybe I will be in Robinhood this week. Maybe I will do it. Okay, let's check out the futures. What do you guys think about my desktop background? It's pretty fire, huh? Yeah, I know. All right, looking at futures. If you're new to the stream, the way that I've got my futures set up is the bottom row is left to right, gold, crude, bonds, and the Japanese yen. On the top row, we've got ES, NQ, YM, and Russell. We like the bottom row down and the top row up. So whenever we can get that, we can anticipate kind of a bullish market. So from what I understand, the ES popped. So into the close Friday, right? And this was Thursday, Friday, right? They came down, initial pop, and drop going into the close. So they closed at 46.94.50. And we're slowly making higher highs and higher lows. If we move up too much pre-market, then we're going to get a gap fill to the downside as market opens. So I like to see it just kind of consolidating pre-market. Same with the NQ. Why do I have the 5-minute chart here and the 2-minute chart everywhere else? There we go. That's muy better. Yeah, there's that steady increase overnight. Quick rally, quick drop. I think they're going to suppress this move for the day so that we can get a steady incline. Gold seems to be rising. This lower chart down here, ZB, which is the bonds. This is TLT. If you want to look for an equity equivalent, and TLT is a snitch, right? If TLT starts to rally, I can look to short the ES. They're inverse most days, most of the time, right? However, ZB is making higher highs and higher lows, as well as gold and crude. After a nasty little drop, got a little bit of a pop that's continuing its downward channel. Okay, right? NQ choppy, ES kind of choppy. The Dow, I don't know what's going on with the Dow, but the Dow is on a steady decline. I anticipate I think we see a further move in the Dow down to 35,600 today. It's a 36-point drop. And the poor Russell, right? I think the problem with the Russell is that they're pretty heavily weighted into AMC, which I know IWM is. What I'd like to see happen is, well, this is a head and shoulders forming, so beware of the Russell. This is small caps. I think that we have an opportunity in small caps. However, I don't think small caps can withstand the inflation pressure going into the end of the year. So that's our futures. We're going to go ahead and hop into some chart requests now. I do want to find that Goldman Sachs article on the top 25 or top 29. There it is. All right, I'm going to read this one offline and see if we can get some information for it. All right. All right, here it is. Here's the list. Halo, Mara, MasterCard, Riot, MP, UTHR, Aspen, AZPN, OLED, Harmony Biosciences, and Marvell. All right. Low profit stocks, right? DraftKings, Snow, Nikola. Ooh, I forgot about Snow. I need to check in on what's Snow doing. We keep forgetting about Snow. Snowblower. Hey, hey, hey. All right, Snow is trading at 2 ATR. Look for a pullback on Snow to 375. Hopefully. Like, I'd like to get back into Snow. All right. Let's see. What else do they have on the list? Lyft, Wix, OSH. OSH came up on the divergence scan this week. So, I don't know. OSH looks pretty decent, right? It's got strong bullish divergence, that's for sure. Maybe we'll look at it. All right, how do I want to do this? Get me your request now, because it would be a good time. You want to look at LVS? All right. Ford and Rivian no longer working together. Okay, if you have requests, get them to me now, and we will get going. If not, I might grab some of these and look at these. High margin stocks. The Russell 3000? What is this Halo? Halo, Mara, and Riot. Let's see what the algorithm has to say about these, shall we? All right, Mara's got a little bit of bullish divergence. Could it be enough to pull it back up? I don't know. Bitcoin selling off could negatively affect it. Riot, I like Riot. I think Riot's had a good opportunity, a little V-shaped recovery here, right? I'm gonna check out Riot. MasterCard with a disappointment. All right. What else do we have on there? MP. OLED. Marvell. Ooh, OLED looks pretty decent. Why don't we trade that? Yeah, so the weekend watch this is there's a couple on there that I'm not super convinced of. I went back and looked at it last night. Actually, like, let's see if I can find it. W might be a good one. Right, Wayfair. Yeah, maybe not. Hold on. Okay. Here's another short list that we can look at. We can look at Citigroup, Delta, GM, MSTR, T-Mobile, and CrowdStrike. MST. I mean, GM is resting at dark pool support. All right, these look pretty decent. Shall we check them out? I think we shall. How do I want to do this? I wish I could live stream two screens, which I don't think I can. But I can do four tickers at a time. How am I doing on time? All right, I'm doing all right. Citigroup looks pretty decent. Delta Airlines, GM, and MSTR. Okay, so I'm just go ahead and mark these up. If you want to play them, I think they're pretty good setups. To be honest with you, they're not bad at all. I'm going to start up here in the upper left-hand corner. For anybody new that's joining the stream, thank you, welcome. Let me just explain how this whole thing works. Okay, the Flow Index algorithm tracks smart money, large pool, large hedge fund, institutional purchases, smart money, dark pools, block trades. What it does is it tracks all of those purchases. It is a leading predictive indicator, meaning that instead of responding like lagging indicators such as RSI or MACD, it actually forecasts what's going to happen in the market before it actually happens. How does it do that? By tracking all of those purchases and running it through its algorithm, it can show what's happening with those market makers, those market movers, before price action can react. So if you've got $1 billion investment and you want to either add to it or you want to offload it, you can't just do a market order. What would happen is it would artificially either inflate or deflate the price, which would cause an initial pop or drop, but the recovery would be the opposite effect. So what you have to do is you have to slowly scale in and out of your positions, and so that you don't affect price action. Those are usually done through block trades or dark pool trades. Okay, so my chart setup is like this. These white bars are price action. The purple line is the regular algorithm, right? If I draw red lines across the screen, those are regular block trades. If I drop a blue line across the screen, it is a dark pool block trade. And if I drop a white line, then I guess it's party time, right? I mean, it's the end of the year. Company parties are coming up. Why not have a good time, especially you people in Miami? I know what you guys do on the weekends. Even though you say you worked at GNC, you probably worked. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm teasing. No, what a white line on this chart means is that there's a regular and a dark pool block trade that have printed so close to each other that I can't draw two lines to separate them out. I will drop a white line on there. Those are major areas of support and resistance. If you draw them on your screen, just keep an eye on it and see what happens when price action interacts with those levels. Could you imagine me doing the morning stream in Florida? Oh, it'd either be a show or it'd be a magical miracle. All right, so Citigroup. The algo is making higher highs and higher lows. I'm not super impressed with it failing to maintain its uptrend. So it needs to recover. Usually it'll bounce off of this dark pool level, hit 67.74. If it does that, I can anticipate it yanking price action up with it throughout the week, potentially looking into it, maybe into next week. See how it's kind of trying to maintain its uptrend support, right? It's got some regular and some dark pool levels come in to help it out. And this is, I believe, last 6 days, right? I think I went back 6 days on these. I only try to really show you the most prevalent ones. However, it's interesting that block levels, regardless of date, like this one right here, printed back on, the beginning of last week, and it's still prevalent. So as far as price action is concerned, got a little bit of an uptrend, looking to take out previous high, right? We already did that. So our targets would be previous lows and previous highs. So this zone right here, we want to trade this zone from, I'll get into market it up here in a minute, but all of it does depend on this algorithm bouncing back up to the upside. It's got to turn around and go back up, okay? Because it's cleared previous support, okay? And it's starting to make a head and shoulders. So, Citigroup. We do have some regular and dark pool levels that are going to be important on the way up. 67.57 would be our regular block trade target for the week. Come on. 67.57, also looking for that to provide support for the algorithm. 67.11 is previous highs. We're currently resting at 66.35. That is not a white line, that's just a regular block trade. Okay. We have some dark pool levels, so those guys will provide support and resistance as well. 67 even, or 67.07 is your dark pool support. 66.07 is dark pool support. 67 is target 1. 67.75 is target 2. Right? We're going to have a little bit of congestion when we hit the 66.86 level. And we have, I'm going to call this white line resistance and support coming in right at 66.75. Why? It's a nice round number. It's previous lows. It's been support before. So we'd like to see, what we'd like to see happen is a nice little rally up to profit taking, pull back, use that for support, pop up through this cluster right here, right? Maybe marinate there for a day or so, and then continue rallying on to the next week. That's Citigroup. Delta, DAL. Gap up, fade off. Algo's trading with price action. Little bit of divergence coming in at the end of the day on Friday. Currently resting at dark pool support. So what I'd like to see happen is that support hold, and we get a little bit of a move this week. Okay. However, I read that there's an airline strike that's going to happen today. Where can I find that? Yeah, from what I understand, airline workers are supposed to strike today. It's important to read the news. Charlotte flight attendants plan to strike on Thursday. I swear, there's got to be airline strike. Huh. I guess I was wrong. I thought I saw. There's no way the news was that old. All right, there may be an airline strike today, so definitely the market will react. All right, moving on. The algo looks to be recovering from here, right? I need it to continue to pull up and make higher highs and higher lows, right? If that doesn't happen and it breaks, we may be able to bring Delta up. So uptrending support. We do have this long-term wedge. That's what we're looking to have happen. We like that wedge breakout if the algo maintains its upward trajectory. Okay, we have dark pool and regular block trade support resistance. Currently support at 39. Oh, I got the wrong tool. 39.69 is your support. First dark pool targets at 41.04. Second dark pool targets at 42.38. That's your move up. Regular block trades, which has got a lot of retail investment, right? This is retail sentiment coming in at 40.75, target 1. 41.75, target 2. And 42.69, target 3, right? Those are the levels I like on the way back up for Delta. GM, this is bullish divergence that's occurred. The algo has been net buying for the last couple of weeks. Got a little bit of a pullback into GM last week. A lot of this got to do with that Rivian business, right? Let's see. As far as the algo is concerned, see how it's making higher highs and higher lows? It's also consolidating before it pops. So I need this algorithm consolidation to continue. Oh, come on, give me the right dang tool. You guys saw me click on it, right? There we go. Right. That's consolidating algo. I need it to pop above regular block trade resistance at 64.20. Right. As far as price action is concerned, we're down at support. Right. Our previous support there. We've also got dual block trade support coming in at 61.80. 6180 is your dark pool support. 6180, 6185, right? On the way up, we're going to hit a little bit of resistance as we step our way up. 6228, 6273, right? Above that, we have regular block trade targets, right? Ultimately, 6475 is your dark pool target. Look for the algo to interact with that level. If it can rip through it, it will yank price action up. Okay. Well, I can't say it will most likely yank price action up. So notice how the dark pools are below the regular block trades. This is retail. This is smart money. So if smart money, right? If these are sell orders, right? They've been selling into it and buying up here. This is that little pullback for a pop. It's opposite of what you think it is, right? It's opposite day in the stock market. 63, 64, 64, 21, and 65 even, right? Those are your regular block trade target levels, right? These are sell orders up here. So we're in a demand zone. We came back down, we picked up all our shares, and we're going to go up here and, we're going to go up here and distribute this out, okay? So that's the move. 65 is the target for GM. I might go a couple weeks out on that one. All right, let's see what we've got here. I don't have time to log into that. I need to log into this one. Application's already running. What? I don't like. I need to figure out a way to quickly maneuver around in Windows. Like on my Mac, I can do this, right? I can get back and forth where I need to be pretty quickly. I need to figure out a way to do that on Windows. All right, MSTR. I didn't even notice this when I was outside. Probably would have put it on the watch list for this week. I believe MSTR moves really quickly with Bitcoin. Morning Thundercat. Isn't that a head and shoulders on the algo for GM? The algo head and shoulders? I'm not seeing it. Yes, we do. We do have a head and shoulders for price action. If we break this support level right here at 61, I'm just going to call it 6150. If we break 6150, then I think that there's obviously room to the downside, but that would set up a stronger bullish recovery. The neckline was up here at 62. I think 62.75. It was the neckline. So we are looking for a recovery play here. To the downside, we do have some downside targets if you are interested in it, right? Target previous lows. Right, like I said, if 6150 breaks, you've got some downside targets here. If you want to grab them, looks like there's a little gap that might need to be filled right here. Right, but with the algo curling up and kind of trading with price action, I'd look for maybe an initial pop to the upside. Rivian news, GM news, I mean, it might have already affected it. Let's check it out. Thanks for bringing that up. I have a tendency to like go into these without actually looking at the stock and see what's happening in pre-market. Yeah, so it had trouble with the 200 SMA on the 5-minute chart. So 60 above 62.25 long, below 61.50, right? To the downside. I think we might, I don't know. There's definitely an opportunity below 61.50 on GM. Okay. MSTR. So what I'm not seeing is any regular dark pool trades in the last 13 days. So this is pure price action. This is just sell off, right? Profit taking, uncertainty, all that fun business. MSTR, I believe, isn't this a major Bitcoin play? Right? Algo is uptrending. Right? Channel up. Right, I'm looking for the algo to continue to make higher highs and higher lows. So basically that level to hold. Little possible triple bottom down here, right? Looks like we got a little bit. We're gonna have a right. Are we looking for a wedge breakout? So we may get another day or two of consolidation. Possible. You know what we haven't seen a whole lot of these lately is these 1, 2, 3 dowel, the Wu-Tang reversal patterns, right? That's what we're looking for. Just to be clear, when I talk about these Wu-Tang reversals, if you want to understand them a little bit better, I think I will do a video on it. It's basically a Dow 1, 2, 3 reversal. So this is 1, 2, 3. We get long above the break of the 2, right? For that move. All right, let's MSTR. What else we got on here? TMUS. I went over CrowdStrike already. And then let me get into some requests. What do we got? We got one for plug. What else do we got? Oh, C. Citigroup? Possibly. Let's see what we got here. I'll go back and check on it. I mean, you're right. Except for it didn't really form its left shoulder. Right? That's why I said I'm on Citi. I'm not super thrilled with what this algo is doing. Right? But it's coming up to dark pool levels. So I'm anticipating a bounce off of it. And I think financials are going to be pretty decent this week. Citigroup, yeah, so pre-market, it's making higher highs and higher lows. It's getting squeezed, sandwiched between the rising 50 and the falling 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart. We got pocket 67. So with Citigroup above 67, I think we check out 67.50, 68, 68.50, targeting 69 for the move, okay? That would give time. Like I said, we might consolidate a little bit, but we've got stack positive moving averages, 821.34. We're above the cloud. I need slingshot squeeze to take place. So let this develop for a period or two, right? Maybe chop today. We'll get a little bit of a pop. But like a little bit of a pop. Long above 67. Okay. SoFi. What's going on with SoFi? Did some news come out? Did it get clapped? I don't know what's going on with SoFi, but it's setting up for it's setting up for a nice squeeze play. Right? So, you know me, my general rule of thumb is if you're below the 200 SMA on the 15-minute, there's no play, right? You can try to take it to the downside, but it's just squeezing right now, right? See how it respects this 200 pretty decently. Up to it, pull back, right? So if we can get the 50, 200 crossover, I think that 50 will yank price action up with it. We're starting to form a ready aim fire signal. This little slingshot squeeze. You guys know what I mean when I'm talking about the slingshot squeeze release? Let me just mark this up for you real quick. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So the slingshot squeeze is like what happened here, right? Right, the histogram curls around. See how it went from red to white? That means the squeeze released, and at that point, price action rallied, right? So I think we're getting another little slingshot squeeze setting up right there. So if we can get another rally, another little pop and rally off of that. Dude, I thought I was going to be cool and have my little... What is going on here? Why can't I draw an arrow? There we go. So look for that rally. Right about the same time this 50 comes up and crosses above this 200. So that's the move we're looking for in SoFi. However, if it rejects this level, if it comes in and rejects here, right, and takes out that little uptrend, we can definitely below 20 is a great short. However, I think 20 is a pretty solid base on SoFi. I didn't even look at the algo with that one. Let's go check out the algo. That's what we needed. We needed one more to fill the algo slot. Thanks for bringing it up. Watch list. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, T-Mobile. What's going on with this? All right, so price action's just resting at dark pool levels. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta go get my son. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I figured I would go wake him up 5 minutes early so he can get that extra 5 minutes of sleep. He's like, I want 5 minutes. All right, T-Mobile. So the algo is making higher highs and higher lows. This is a little bit of consolidation happening here, right? We've got dark pool support and resistance, right? Price action is resting at dark pool levels. So I need, right, kind of need that to bounce. Right, it's at that level where it needs to bounce and kind of make a little bit of a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth wave, right? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth wave rally. Okay. Anticipate. I mean, it's got a little double bottom here, right? It's forming a little rising wedge. It's maintaining dark pool support and resistance. We got dark pool levels at 115.62, right? Dual support there. 116, 17, let's just call it 117 target 1, 118.35 target 2, right? A little bit of regular block trade influence coming in at 115.95. Let's call that 116, right? So previous high, and then a 116.72, take profit 1. Gap fill. So if we can rally up, back test this previous high, we think we can see a continued move to the upside, right? Taking profit on the way up. I like the 118s for T-Mobile. CrowdStrike, like I said, it's got to do its job here. It's got some additional regular block, so we need to pay attention to. 270 is going to be, I think I said 270 is a good target for this week. 270.65, we got a regular block trade there. We've got support down here at 254.15 and 255. Oh, I think what did I do? 254.15 and 255.70. I don't know if we come down and bounce off of this for CrowdStrike. Is it already made its move for today? CrowdStrike can get super woody. All right, so unfortunately the 50 didn't bounce off the 200 like I thought it was going to, so we may actually get a pullback, but we got a lot of pressure down here, right? We got a lot of pressure down here waiting to explode. So I'm gonna wait. Like I said, I wait until we get above the 200. So for me to get into CrowdStrike above 264, right? That would probably be the Slingshot Squeeze releasing to start firing price action up through these EMAs and SMAs, ready for the ready and fire to release. Point of control is at 253 even, and I think that. All right, so we're already down. Where are we at? We're at 256. POC is at 253. We have regular blocks at 255 and 254. So we have regular block trades at 255. What is it? 255? 255.70. So we have a regular block there. And 254.15. See how we've got two regular block trades, right? Basically, there's a nice little demand zone right there. There's a demand zone. Came down, we picked up some new shares. We're going to go back up here and sell them off. You know, at these 270.65, right? I'm going to go back up here and sell it at the supply zone. You get to see me draw supply and demand zones a lot, right? We got and there's the demand zone. We got a supply zone all the way up here. Come on. Maybe I should turn magnets off, right? So let's see supply and demand zone. All right, moving on. What else do we got here? Plug power. All right, give me 1 second. You want to look at Walmart as well? Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to go finish doing the job of waking up. All right, so that's right. Plug power. I can't believe I missed this play last week. I've been watching plug forever. I whiffed it. I had a pretty rough end of last week, but that was last week. This is this week. All right, so anytime I see anytime I see a regular and a dark pool block trade that print like this, I just mark those support and resistance. Pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? The algo is trading with price action. Oh, get back here. Oh, my computer's starting to lag. It's so frustrating. So very frustrating. So I see support and resistance levels, right? Algo is making higher highs and higher lows. It's dragging price action up with it, right? This is pretty much net buying with the algo. It's in an upward direction, very bullish. We have regular and dark pool levels. I don't want to draw two of them. Let me just do this. Let's just draw a box, shall we? 44, 42, 44, 55. Nope. I said a box. 44, 42, 44, 55 is your support. If that fails, we've got support down here at 41.99 and 42.10. So since price action has rallied up and above 44.55, look for it to continue to pull price action up with it for the rest of the day. The algo is moving continuously to the upside. Strong little net buying, all right? Little pre-market move, 45.60, right? We had a nice little tree line here at, so supports at 44.20. Ooh, that's like so this is anyway, it's a different study. So took out previous highs. What do we got here? We may get a pullback to 44.50 area at that bell. If we do, then I think we've got a strong candidate for a continuation move to the upside. As far as targets go, I think 47 possibly for plug. Yeah, plugs looks pretty bullish. SoFi, hold on, I gotta go shut off that alarm. Alrighty, sorry about that. That means I'm running over on my time, basically. So SoFi, right? It's at dark pool support at 20. I mean, just look at this. This is a ton of block trades. I'm going to move this down to the last 5 days so we can see things a little clearer. Looking, the algo looks like it's starting to consolidate, maybe to make a move back to the upside, right? Consolidating algo, if it can start yanking price action up with it, I think that SoFi this could be a double bottom, right? Dark pool at 2037, 2037, right? Above that, we've got two targets right here. We've got two regular block trade targets. 2050, or excuse me, 2060, target 1, 2121, 2130, target 2, right? Or basically previous highs. If the algo rip, I think SoFi might actually move to the upside today. All right, Walmart. Walmart's something I do not trade, but it will allow me to illustrate a white line level, which I was hoping to find earlier, but I haven't really seen one today. All right, so the algorithm looks like it's consolidating just like it was doing with SoFi, right? If we can get a little bit of a consolidation breakout after a massive sell-off, right? So if that can continue to move up, I think it can pull price action up with it. Price action's moving in a generally bullish direction. Look to take out these highs, right? We have regular and dark pool support, right? Right here, we've got 142.14 is your regular block trade support. Below that, we have a bunch of dark pool levels. So are these sell orders or are these buy orders, right? So as price action's coming down, right? I think, so if we're looking at opposite land, right? We start selling, right? We sell a bunch of shares, right? Into a demand zone, right? There's a bunch of more shares on the market that might inflate price. All right, so one, dyslexia kicks in when I'm trying to be dyslexic. It's not cool. It's like I have to look at the opposite of the opposite to make it the positive. The negative, negative, positive, negative, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive move, right? Anyway, 142.39, 141.94. The white line level, right? This is not very, this doesn't happen a whole lot. That's why I think it's important. 143.16, we have a regular and a dark pool print right at that level. So that's basically the line in the sand. If price action gets up there, then we have, with Walmart, Walmart's going to move this week. I hate to say it, but it's going to do a thing. Well, Black Friday is Walmart's biggest week of the year. Look at this. You see what I see? Do you? Do you see what I see? Yes, I do too. So, Walmart long above 144.50. There's a move from 142 to 144. I like this. Like that kind of move right there. Walmart, who called out Walmart? Chris, dude, you're calling out the bangers, bro. Good job. All right. You are TTD. All right. I have to run, but I'll run through these really quickly with you, okay? AUR algorithm is trading with price action. Regular block, I don't even know what this stock does, but the algo is trading with price action. Nice bounce, right? Nice bounce off of regular blocks at 1001 and 1046. So this must be a SPAC, right? 1001, 1046. Nice rally that algo is continuing to trade with price action. We have a regular block trade at 1711. Use that as support. A little bit of a little bull flag breakout there. TTD, continued beast mode, right? It's currently chilling at dark pool support and resistance. Why do I say continued beast mode? Because the algo is, right, after a little bit of a pullback, right, after it pulled back, it broke out of its overhead resistance, okay? See how the algo broke there? Going to be super interested what happens when the algo hits these levels. But price action, right, filled trend line, like we broke trend line support, we just recreated it right there. So I've got 107.99 as support, 105.47 is kind of like the line in the sand. Below 105.47, TTD to the downside. Above 108, TTD long. BITO, which is the Bitcoin ETF, the algo is making higher highs and higher lows, so it's slowly climbing. I haven't checked out the options on this yet. I've got some comments, but that's just long-term buy and hold type thing. I'd be interested to see what happens to the algorithm at this level here. Does it break out of its little consolidation to the upside? Oh, geez. Right? Or does it break it out to the downside? So price action is consolidating right at this dark pool level. There's a gap that needs to be filled as well. So 37.15 dark pool support, 38.69 target one. Above 38.69, things start to get a little bit more loosey-goosey, right? Loosey-goosey, 38.69. That's the key level. So if we can get a pop to there, see what happens if we can get above it. There's a bunch of gaps that need to be filled, right? There's this one here. But if it moves in relation to Bitcoin, isn't I thought I had crypto on there. Oh, look at that little pop. Holy crap. Wow, that's what happens when a squeeze releases. You can watch it here in real time. That's a 15-minute chart too. This is the Slingshot Squeeze release that we look for, right? I'm just going to let that run. I've got to go. Thanks for joining me. Once again, my name is Darkpool Algo. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I will talk with you all soon. Stay safe, stay green. Remember, short week, volatile week. Should be interesting. Wow, that's a $2,000 move in 2 minutes. What's the news on it? This news source isn't good. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. If you have any requests, hit me up on Twitter. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications so that you're notified. I'm going to start doing daily videos as well, just because I need to get that exposure. If you have requests for those videos, let me know. I can do a video on anything you want to learn. Talk to y'all soon. Have a good one.